Capitalism solves all the problems we're facing right now, including interest rates, including inflation, including the debt bomb, scams and frauds, the mismanagement of the economy. It all negates capitalism. Capitalism, my mother would say that if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Here's the solution. Capitalism solves all the problems we're facing right now, including interest rates, including inflation, including the debt bomb. And I mean true capitalism, not the kind of capitalism that they pretend to have. Capitalism is about your own volition. You decide if the thing you want to buy is worth the money that they're asking you for it. And that is the point of capitalism, value for value. Is there enough value there that you're going to give them the money, and that's enough value that they'll give you the product? That literally, that simplicity solves all of these issues. I'm not kidding. Rather than negating capitalism, we should be allowing for capitalism, fostering it, encouraging it, teaching it. I have no idea why they don't teach small business ownership or entrepreneurship to kids in high school. Right now, we're in a time economically where you're losing a lot of the quality of your life and your standard of living as we lose the reserve currency status more and more each day, a little bit more each day. That standard of living will continue to decline. For many of you, this is your first time here. My name is Peter Leeds, and along with my entire team, we publish the world-famous Stock Pick newsletter. If we had capitalism, it would be working, and we would not have had to press down the economy by smothering it beneath these increased interest rates. And by the way, speaking of gold, you see it went up $50 in a day. That is in response to the fact that investors are expecting the Fed to pivot sooner, to stop raising rates and potentially start increasing rates. You just wait when they actually really do pivot, because they have not yet. Just because investors are expecting that it's an earlier pivot, they don't know. The pivot will happen when it happens, and it ain't yet. But when it does, that's going to be incredibly good for gold, and you want to be positioned ahead of time, because gold prices are going to, in my opinion, continue to go higher over time. Not every day, but they'll be drifting higher and higher and higher for much of the rest of all of our lives. But if any of these problems are going to be fixed, it's probably going to have to start with Congress, and that is unfortunate because Congress does not have the intelligence or understanding to make the right choices and the right kinds of motivations to make the right choices. That'll be bad for people at first, but good for the overall economy longer term. A little bit of short-term pain for long-term gain. You're not going to see that out of a politician. But here's some of the things that the Congress is talking about.
Do you think about the costs of borrowing for the United States itself?
No, we do not, and we're not going to.
But the more we help on the fiscal side, the fewer people you're going to have to put out of work. Isn't that a fact?
Please answer.
It could work out that way.
Okay.
Sir?
It could work out that way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Senator Reid of Rhode Island is recognized.
Please understand that nothing in this video is intended as personalized trading advice for you. However you look at it, the current system that we're in right now, this pseudo-capitalism, which is not true capitalism at all, it's not working. And it's demonstrably unfair, demonstrably by everything I said about in this entire video. Unfairness, $5 billion. Unfairness, $120 billion. Unfairness, $35 billion. Lost. But it was actually Congress who says that Atlas Shrugged, my favorite book, which is about capitalism, it's the second most influential book of all time after the Bible. That's Congress. That's these people.
It's your opinion that the level of debt we have is sustainable?
Yes, I mean we have the largest economy in the world. We can service this debt. That's not the problem. The problem is that we're on a path where the debt is growing substantially faster than the economy, and that's kind of by definition in the long run unsustainable.
But better than this unfair situation we're in, Objectivism, which is introduced through Atlas Shrugged, is far better. In Atlas Shrugged, a lot of people go on strike for individual rights and political freedom. We could really benefit from these concepts in modern day society right now, but there's a few things from true capitalism that are expressed in Atlas Shrugged, I'll tell you right now, and this is how we could fix all of the things I talked about in this video and all the problems we're facing with this economy. You don't think of money as the root of all evil. You think of money as the root of all production. And it's always about value for value. You don't have to buy something, but if it's enough value for you, you will. And that is true capitalism, value for value. If you strip away all of these governmental involvements and all these economic tricks that they try to make everybody happy, that's when all the capitalism falls off the rails. When people are adding their own decisions to it. When you're a politician, you think, I'm an important person. Everybody's looking at what I say, and they're asking me, the media's asking me questions about it, and they want to put my comment in the paper. I'm such a big deal. Capitalism has built entire nations. And we're turning our backs on it because we're bailing out too big to fail. We just make up this thing, oh, it's too big to fail. So we're going to give them money, everybody. It's okay, they're too big to fail. What are we going to do? It's insanity. The people making the decisions aren't wise enough to understand the results of the decisions they're making, and neither are the people that they're making the decisions for, unfortunately. We've turned our backs on capitalism, so it's turning its back on us. Right here, I want you to see this video because it's talking about exactly all these ridiculous decisions that the government is making, and it's affecting you directly, and it's affecting the economy that you're living in. Along with my entire team, we publish the world-famous Stock Pick newsletter.